Hi Tiny Home fam, happy Tiny Home Tuesday. Today I thought I would give you a tour of Sierra, our tiny home. This is Lindsay Wood. Thank you for tuning in to Experience Tiny Homes. And today is exciting because I really haven't done a tour of our home. There's lots of tours online, but this is our home. And this is what has inspired pretty much our life to live tiny, as well as our whole business, Experience Tiny Homes, helping other people realize their tiny home dreams. So let's take you on a tour. All right, right now we're in Ukiah and we are sheltering in place, not in our tiny home, but in a home near here at my parents' house. And the reason why is that we can't live here on this lot, but we could park it here. And that means that we can actually do some work on our tiny home while we've been sheltering in place. One of the first things I want to point out is this is a gooseneck. This is towed by a Dodge Ram 110 dually. This is my friend John's lot. Thank you, John. He's kind of doing some remodeling of some trailers and stuff, and there's an RV. But this is a great place to have it parked so that we can do the necessary work we need to do while sheltering in place. And that is Zoe, our awesome travel dog, rocket dog Zoe. Hi, Zozo. And what we have under the gooseneck is our propane tanks for our hot water as well as our cooking. And this actually is our unit of batteries and inverter for our solar system, which is awesome at 100%. That is what gives us power pretty much all of the year, except for winter when it gets a little bit cloudy and rainy here, even in California. She's 13 feet 6 tall and 33 feet long from this point to the very back point. And we chose a gooseneck because we wanted to travel. For many people that don't actually need to travel, you can actually do a bumper pull where this whole portion is filled in. But what we like, because we are campers and we like to have outdoor gear, is this equipment or materials down here, plywood, is going to wrap around the outside of this gooseneck so that we can make it as a garage, which we're pretty excited about. And then this is the other side of our tiny home. That is a shower, like an RV shower. We just unlock the key and you can take an outside shower, which is really helpful for dirty doggies. This is our freshwater connection and our gray water out. Obviously, we're not really using it much right now. And the 50 amp plug, which can be adapted down all the way to a 30 amp and a 20 amp. We mostly use the 30 amp when we go to RV parks. And these are brand new trailer tires and axles. Our builder, they went bust and they gave us some bum trailer and axles. So we had to fix that day 2 of our travels, which is a big reason why we've turned towards consulting and helping people go tiny because of what we've learned. When we rescued our tiny home, it took us 8 months to finish our home, and we learned a whole bunch, including tires and axles and weight distribution and electricity and how tall hatches are, how to put in windows, how to siding, you name it. The list is long. Let's go inside. So we really wanted to center our home around the kitchen. My husband is a chef, and so we chose a big kitchen counter, which is a quartz counter. We love this quartz counter. It definitely adds weight to the home. So mostly tiny homes do not travel around. They probably locate themselves once or twice in their lifetime, but ours is definitely on the travel. So we have really put this to the test. This is about a 20,000 pound tiny home. So anyway, that's part of the weight. We opted to go with a stovetop instead of the full range because we wanted storage underneath for all of our equipment and pots and pans. And we really don't use an oven. And this oven works totally fine. Now, we're not going to make a big turkey, but we really didn't make big turkeys anyway. The best feature of this home, when you live with a husband who's a chef and you're living in a small space, is the fan. It's really quiet, but the fan is key especially when you're using propane in a space. The fan and, I should say the vented hood, excuse me, and the fan. There we go. So that undermount sink is awesome. We love it. We normally have all of our seasonings mounted on our fridge with magnets. And that really helps things, stay tidy. And we usually have baskets up there, but you can see the little slim window. We love that light that comes through. And then over here is our loft, which I'll show you in a moment, but the ladder. The ladder is one of the best features we love in our home. And I'll show you, it does fold up. And when we fold it up, we just lock it in place. And now there's the ladder tucked away. Of course, anyone upstairs, if that thing gets tucked away, they need help getting down. And the reason why we wanted to do that is that we take away the drum and put in the chairs here. And now we can pull up this big table. Okay, I'm going to show you. We have 4 different options. It can go like that and become a movie studio. It can also lift up the small one, and now we have a full-size table. Or when we drop the table down and lift up the tiny table, oops, let me go on the other side. Now what we've got is the ability, the thing's actually, here we go, locked. The little tiny table can pop up, okay? What we originally had planned for this area was a 6-foot awning window. However, that price tag was $5,000. So we opted with the smaller window that popped up. We will soon test the ability to sit on one side and the other side outside. But we did create a little nook because we shortened the window. It gave us an opportunity for me to have my little tchotchkes. With tiny homes, you don't really have a lot of tchotchkes, but in this one, I wanted to share the love, everyone. So we love all of the light that comes through our tiny home. The fact that it's painted white as well as the windows really give it that sense of like openness and size. Okay, so I'm gonna put down the ladder and take you up on a tour of our loft. So here's the loft bed. We love, love, love this bed. And what we're doing is a little bit of construction here because we've got some shelves, bookshelves that we're going to be putting in here. And what this thing is pallet wood that has been burned using the shusugiban method, a Japanese method of antiquing wood. So that is what it looks like. We really love the white. However, I think some texture also looks really great. And one of the best parts is it's relatively free. Except for the nails, the fuel, and the linseed oil, you're pretty much talking free. And then it takes all of our books and puts them up here, and we've got more books than that. And then there is the room for 2. So I will take a look from above. That's the tiny home from above. And we've got a lot of space. That's one thing that everyone talks about is how big this feels. It's because the ceiling is so tall. Many people talk about how it feels bigger than even their own home. And we're only 8.5 feet wide, 33 feet long, 300 square feet if you include the loft. So we'll take you into the bathroom. Voila. So this is a steam room shower bathtub combo unit. It actually closes doors like that, and you can steam it up and take a bath, and I love it. It even has speakers and a raindrop shower. I don't know if our system's on. No, the water's off right now. But I love the raindrop shower. It looks quite techie and space agey, but man, let me tell you, it is a wonderful experience. So, hi, this is my LED lit mirror. What I love about LED lights, if you notice, the light is coming at my face versus from above. And ladies, I don't know about you, but as you get older, I'm not a spring chicken, I'm a season chicken. And light coming at your face helps from, any kind of shadows or shading. And what we also have is the separate toilet. This is a waterless urine diverting toilet. A lot of people want to call it a composting toilet. And I could probably do a whole video on just that. But what the deal is you sit down and it opens up the back. So you do your number 2 in the back and you pee in the front. And that's the little part there. And then they separate. And that is the key part. Then what do you do with the stuff that's in the back? You can either human manure compost it, throw it into landfill like a diaper bag, or continue. I mean, those are really the options, the landfill or human manure composting. And if you want to know more about that, just type in human manure composting into Google. But that's really the situation with the composting. It cannot all happen in that little unit because you add to it every day. We hope so, if you're healthy. Okay, so back to the tour. There we go, another view of the big area. We love our full-size fridge, and we did just wash it out. So it's great, big space going on. We just have it on because the solar is still running. And as we go up here, we love this. Eric made this cute little, holder. We had a lot of people coming in and out of our tiny home, about 7,000 people, and we realized we needed a railing. So welcome to the boardroom meets the bedroom. Right now, it has a Murphy bed. However, that is changing. If anyone in California needs a Murphy bed, we are going to be selling this Murphy bed. That was my husband and I on our wedding day. And this is the crawl-in closet. Woohoo! Everyone sort of like has a pause on the crawl-in closet. People either love it or hate it. It is a bit of a workout to get into it, but we love it. We're agile little climbers, and that is our washer-dryer combo back there. We don't do a lot of drying with that unit. It takes a lot of time because it's a 120 volt. So, it's a really good washing machine. And then we zap it with the energy and then dry our clothes. But as you can see, we have a lot of storage here, a lot of storage there, and even back wrapped around. However, what we realized with this Murphy bed is, one, we weren't sleeping in it. We were sleeping over there in the loft. And number 2, I wasn't able to use much storage. The whole storage is used up by the bed. It looks like a cabinet, but it's not. Right now it's locked because I locked it accidentally. But it does fold down into a full queen size bed, and it comes out to about where the rug is. So you've got maybe a foot to walk in. So 1, we're not using it, and 2, it has no storage. And so now we're going to shift gears, and that is an example of how wide the desk is going to be. And then that gives me that much room for cabinets that go from the bottom of the floor all the way to the ceiling on both sides. And that will give me room for my printer, for my office supplies, for file cabinet, for all the things that I've been missing. And then I'm going to ditch this little chair for an actual office chair because it's essential. I spend so much time in front of the computer, building the business, working with clients, talking with them about building their tiny home dreams. I need somewhere that's comfortable to sit, if you know what I'm talking about. So that is pretty much the Murphy bed from the boardroom meets the bedroom. And we are going to say goodbye to the crawl-in closet. I know. Who's into the crawl-in closet? Question mark. Who's not? It's okay, because tiny homes are highly customizable. I'm showing you our vision, but if you want a tiny home, you can still get custom tiny homes. There's a lot of builders building custom tiny homes. However, if you want to save some money, there's a lot of builders building models, and you can choose a model of a tiny home. I can work with you on helping you, guide you through the process of choosing the right builder, because we chose the wrong builder and we learned a lot because of it. The tiny home industry is unregulated. Anyone can build a tiny home. You do not need to be a licensed contractor. However, the best tiny home builders are usually people that come from a background of building homes or remodeling, something like that. And so that's part of the story of your tiny home journey and your investment. Super important to get it right. So I'm going to invite you guys to join me one more weekend for a May 30th workshop. We have this month is registration complimentary. And here's where you can check us out, experiencetinyhomes.org. Obviously, if you're already getting this message, But make sure you go and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Experience Tiny Homes. And obviously you're getting this because you're part of the Tiny Home Tuesday newsletter. So thank you so much for joining me and our wonderful tiny home tour of Sierra, 300 square foot, pulled by a Dodge Ram dually. That's probably the most common question we get. And have a great Tiny Home Tuesday. Bye.